a little bit of bonus content this weekend. This is the weekend after we went to Cambria, so that was such a good trip. But anyway, today, that clutch slave cylinder that I was talking about last time, I'm going to install it today. So not a whole lot else going on because it really is, it's so soon. But I'll install it and I'll see you in the garage. Okay, so here's what you get in the box with that Muller Hydro Clutch. It's just this machine piece which is going to replace the stock one, and it comes with a larger piston. So I guess the theory behind it is this goes in here and then this goes in here, and then it's going to be pushed. Actually, it's going to push via the hydraulic fluid. So the larger diameter will make it easier. To push. So the hardest thing I think is going to be, I got to loosen all the stock exhaust and get it out the way, because I have to take this cover off and it doesn't clear the exhaust. So I've got to loosen the back, the head, and there's like an intermediate pipe here. So I best crack on. Okay, I managed to get the cover off. I just sort of undid some of the bolts on the exhaust, and it wasn't too bad. Let me show you where I'm at. So this is the stock clutch slave cylinder, and here's the one we're going to put on. I say this one's a lot prettier, but unfortunately no one's ever going to see it because it's hidden behind that cover. So I do have to reuse the bleed nipple, and also inside there's a seal and a spring that needs to be reused. So I'm going to undo this, get a little catch pan under there so it doesn't spill everywhere, and take this off. Okay, so the stock one is off, and this is what I've got to remove. Now, I came up with something. This is a one-way pump for a seat pad, and I'm going to plug it in here, give it a couple of pumps, and see if it pushes this piston out. It works a treat. Just popped straight out. Who's a clever boy then? So you can see the difference in the piston size on the stock compared to the Muller one. So I'm just going to install it, change over the bleed nipple, and we're ready to reinstall. Okay, so this is what it looks like all together. Fits well. Before I reinstall this bleed nipple, I'm going to wrap it with some plumber's tape just so I get a better seal, and I'll do that when I plug in the clutch fluid line. So this is it installed. It looks good. Now when you've got it to this stage, whatever you do, don't pull the clutch, because you've got to bleed the clutch system, and if you pull it in now, you're going to suck the air that's in that new slave cylinder back up through the line, and you don't want that. You want it to go one way, you want it to go down. So we're going to undo the reservoir cap, attach a bleed hose to this, and we're going to squeeze it out. All right, so I bled the clutch. And a little something you should be aware of when you're doing this with the Muller slave cylinder. The clutch is super light. Like, I was squeezing it and I didn't think that I bled it properly, but this is disengaged and the friction point lets out like a lot sooner. So this is going to be perfect. Now I'm going to put everything back together, take it for a little test drive. Okay, I just took it for a test ride, and one thing I did notice, the clutch is very light now. It's super light, but the friction point is all the way back in. So you've got to pull the clutch all the way in. Now it does fully disengage, but the friction point is here. So apparently this is supposed to be a good thing. So it's just going to take a little bit of getting used to, because before it was all the way out almost. So that's the install, guys. I didn't do a full step-by-step, because I think you can get the gist of what I did and how easy it was to install. It literally took me about an hour and a half to do the whole thing, and that was filming it, so not too bad at all. I'm pleased with the clutch so far, but I'll take it for a proper ride tomorrow, and I'll keep you posted in the next video as to how I like it. So until then, as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell, and we will see you next week.